Hey students, again this video is primary to my students who are officially students of mine in Black Tiger College. When we study a blade system and when we practice with a live blade, we have to understand the serious nature of what we're doing. You can get killed or kill someone else and do irreparable harm to yourself and others, even some creatures around you, if you do not handle the blade correctly. Number two, you must understand and study a blade. You must understand the handle, the construction, make sure it's durable, make sure it's in good working order, and understand the geometry of the blade to understand also the cutting nature of it and the points of impact. So this is a very sharp blade and it has a point. So basically it can be used for slicing as well as stabbing. I typically don't show stabs, especially on video. You have to leave it to your imagination about what a stab can do. But also you have to understand the cutting nature, the weight of this blade, and the most potential of this blade in terms of cutting is at this curve right here. The next thing is basically when you go through a blade cut, you want to understand the dynamic, and it's okay if the blade cut is not successful at first, because you do not want to put too much energy and overextend yourself for a blade cut. You want to be balanced, have self-control, and if you miss, you miss, okay? But also you want to maintain your hands up and be able to understand that your follow-through could affect your initial cut and the end result cut. So again, we're going to have the alive hand. We're going to do number one cut. And all we're going to do is go number one through the target and in right. So the first thing, we want to do some type of warm-up. It doesn't matter what it is. Help understand distance and target. So as you can see, I was able to cut through both milk cartons with one cut, okay? It was pretty seamless. You must not blink when you do your cut as well, because you will lose track of the blade. So now that was the number one cut. As you can see, I cut high. So now I can cut this direction too. So as you can see, that cut number two went through again and cut all the way through. So there is enough room for another cut, and so we're going to make sure we focus and concentrate and get that cut. There's the third cut. Since it was at the base, there was some drag this time. But as you can see, that third cut was successful as well. The next thing you want to understand is take care of your blade. I have a rag over there. I'm going to wipe this down, and that's going to conclude the cut test with this particular blade. If you wanted to know how sharp the brush demon is, these are the handles to the milk jugs. Clean strikes through. Hey everyone, so the next thing we're going to have in terms of the cut test is this Ginunting. As you can see, the diameter, the geometry should I say, of this blade has the energy going forward. We have to be careful about this. It is for chopping, okay, or slicing. So we have to be very careful in terms of this blade, in terms of once it goes through, it's going to take whatever it is with it, hopefully. Okay? So again, we're going to practice our cuts. You're going to understand that it could take the jug with us, with the blade, so we have to be aware of our grip. Okay? So, basically again, we're going to warm up here. Oh, I just had this blade sharpened by Heafner. So it didn't take anything with it. It went all the way through. Nice. Okay, students, the final blade is this Pinute that I got from Kris Cutlery years ago from Cecil. Again, basically this blade is meant for cutting and stabbing. Okay, it was sharpened last weekend by Heafner, and so it should be unbelievably sharp. And again, this has a great range to it. So basically, we're going to have to make sure we understand the range. This should be the focal point of the strike. Again, we should not have to really do a lot of huge chopping for blades, especially sharp blades. And we want to make sure that we aim for the top. We want to use the water at the bottom for the base to keep the base where it is.